Go Beaver! Away!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Critscast. Got some Prem action for you. It is the semi-final of Season 24. This is Feila eSports versus inVision. My name's Godfather. I'm joined by Meer on the mic. Wiethoofd is on production for us.
We'll be watching some Highlander. It's reached the apex of the season. Just 2 games remain in Prem. It's going to be this semi-final and then going through to the final against SDCK. Have a quick look at these tables here, Godfather. We can see SDCK coming out on top of the table, 2 points behind. It's going to be inVision, and in third place, the other team that we are going to be seeing in the semi-final is going to be Feila.
Sure, definitely an exciting matchup to be watching here. Let's can you run us through the pick bands here that for this matchup?
First pick by Feila is going to be Warmtic, which should be the first map we'll be seeing here tonight, and inVision picked Product, and the remaining bands sort of rolling through resulted in Vigil being the final decider here.
Speaking of these teams, I was going to say, let's have a look at these rosters.
Demoman is going to be Stan after a really convincing performance for Poland in the Sixes Nations Cup. It's going to be Barthis on heavy, Asux Engineer, unpronounceable name, aka Zio, is going to be on the medic class. Stinghan, the leader of this team, is going to be on Sniper, and finally it's going to be Jerkus on that Spy class. And what are we going to see out of Feila tonight, Godfather?
For Feila, the scout is going to be BB. Satan on Soldier. Grip is their Pyro. Joe N on Demoman. Heavy is Dick Sauce. Engineer is Wambert. Layla playing Med.
So should be an interesting one as we see this one unfold.
Absolutely, and I think I did just hear the ready up sounds, so we should be getting into this shortly.
We're live on Twitch all the time. We've got some Highlander action coming up still. We've got the grand finals to look forward to.
So I'm excited for this one to start out. Any standout players I should be looking for here?
I think ultimately, I attest to the fact that Satan is the king of Warmtic. It's a pleasure to see him play. So my eyes are very much going to be on him. Of course, got to keep an eye on the Demomen as well. Stan putting a real solid shift for inVision. So that who's who my peepers are going to be on in this map here.
Alrighty, we'll have to wait and see. Here's an early bomb from the Blue Soldier, trying to get behind, it seems. BB maybe looking to go and contest that. So far, no frags in this playoff matchup. Grip on point, in trouble, gets body shot. BB will find the first frag, and finding another one there, taking down 2 Spy and Soldier, both dead for inVision. So Feila maybe with an opening to work their way forward.
Yeah, a real bulk of the pressure down within their flank, and all their pick class is really early there.
That was a beautiful bomb there from Satan on the Soldier class. He will eventually go down to Tercio's Flames, but he was able to just come right across the point and bomb the Med, get that early frag, and the combo fell right afterwards. So a nice individual play there. Had a little bit of help, but Feila so far staying in control at this point.
Yeah, managing to net themselves a 90% Uber advantage. Certainly is going to help them. Just one play down in Satan, who will be rolling out inVision. They need to collect themselves, look to progress forward. Axio is actually on Zio there. It does get spotted out by Stan right at the end there. He's certainly slowing the pace of the game down. Feila already ticked down 30 seconds on this clock right at the start here. And of course, do maintain their 50% Uber advantage, waiting for inVision to make their first move. Perhaps a bit of an opportunity for a sack from their part, but losing Tercio is not going to help matters.
Yep, losing that Pyro to the Sniper, who then falls. Stan picked off by the Spy on the other side of things. Very weak players all around. Axio will go down. Axio is going huge. He finds 3 in that play, including the medic, and now the collapse is coming through. Layla dropping a couple combo members, though, after that Uber was expended. And I believe it was expended. It wasn't a drop earlier that I missed. So it'll be slight ad now for the side of Feila as inVision begins to get some presence on point.
Yeah, real phenomenal opening from Axio. They're managing to backstab Stan and get Zio down. They do lose BB on the point. He did try and slow down that cap just a little bit. Feila need to collect themselves here before they sought to aggress forward. It is a bit of a soldier melee in this apartment area. Heavy edging his way onto point as best they can. The cap does go over the line for inVision, but there are so many players there ready to return. Grip does go down. Barthis really peeking that corner nice and wide. Wambert's gun seemingly going to go down very, very soon. inVision just locking out this point, just not giving Feila any room that they need to sort of retake this here with their minute advantage.
Here comes Satan though, and he finds a nice air shot, wall shot, whatever you want to call it, onto Stan and pressures back at the rest of this combo. But it seems Zio is happy to just sit on this right side of point and continue healing up their teammates here. Stan the only one to fall, and Layla did go down for Feila. Is it Layla?
Layla.
I mean, it would be funny. It'd be funny if it's Feila and Layla.
Yeah.
All right, I love it. That's some EU names right there for you. Not something I'm always too great with, but at this point, finally in the hands of inVision, and they've taken about a minute off of it. Satan's going for a big bomb once again. He's going to run land right on the heavy though. But wait, he just broke two. What?
Wow, Tercio and Stan, that's a huge bomb. They saw it coming. He still managed to pick up 2 frags. That's huge. They're getting the force out of inVision. Layla 50% now Uber advantage. So many players. The spawners are coming up for Feila, and they are ready to just charge straight back onto this point with this heal advantage.
I was not expecting that Soldier Bomb to work out, especially find 2M. The force landed right on a heavy that was revved up and shooting at him, and still had the individual play there to find that kill. Stan will find 1, now 2, taking out a couple of combo members here, and a lot of weak players on the side of Feila, only losing their Enchi and Spy so far as inVision, but now this Uber from Feila coming in, trying to chase down Stan right now, gets very weak, and BB clean up on this damage so far, unsuccessful, will drop around, but dies to the pipe in the end, so it's a trade there. Joen falling there to Kafka as well. Utka's on the 6k though. I say that in Casper's Curse. There, down he goes.
He was just hiding in that main area. It looked like he wanted to catch Layla on the way out, but obviously she did die in the melee of it all, just managing to get Dick Source for his efforts, which certainly nothing to complain about.
But these pick classes from Feila are just on fire right now. Picking up 3 is the sniper, including that counter snipe. With their medic just respawning, inVision's in a bit of trouble here, although it was an admirable point hold. They took over 2 minutes off in that 1 hold there. Now Feila getting closer to that 60-second mark themselves. Yurkus will find the engineer, not too crucial of a pick, but they're still looming behind a threat for sure. Satan will go in, get the counter Engie pick, if you will, but not too much, as I'm expecting this inVision push to come through in a moment.
Yeah, we're at the really crucial part of this map now, where it's just 1 solid hold that could take you this round. It's a bit of a melee, Joe. It does go down to Stinghand, of course. So crucial for Feila's game plan here, allowing Stan to just walk over there. Grib does get Ubered on. He charges as far over the point as possible, just denying that capture, keeping the time, taking down Barth, is seemingly getting caught out in the aftermath of it, and Zio so weak as well. Satan doing a really good job of trying to shut him down. Unfortunately, not coming good this time. Feila 4 down, resetting themselves, and inVision straight back on this cap with Utka.
Yurkus was able to find that sniper frag early right through the teleporter, I believe. Now in trouble though behind. Stingham on a 4k, picking up that med kill with the body shot is crucial for inVision here. It's 23 seconds left on the clock for Feila, and 45 and counting. Now Stingham on a 5k as he picks up 1 more onto the demo man. 2 crucial picks in a row from the sniper, playing very well, very cleanly right now. Axio maybe getting caught up by this heavy. Now chased down by the scout. 1, 2, hit the 3rd shot, if you will. Nope. Axio is able to just stand still while cloaked, 7 health and lives. Good lack of movement, I suppose, from that spy.
Yeah, inVision really not too keen. They're just quite keen to sort of just bunker down. Satan is doing a huge bomb behind. Barth is there ready to receive it. It gets so deep. Gets reflected by Tercio.
And now the Uber from this blue team trying to hold on to the point. There's about half time on the cap, but 5 seconds left here. 84% from Layla. Yurkus going for a play. Will dead ring out of that. And 2 by found by Kafka here. And everyone is falling. inVision looking like they're going to take this first round cleanly.
Yeah, Kapka coming really solid there. Picking off Layla on, I believe, 95% at the end of that fight. That really could have decided the round. Feila finishing 2nd in that first round with 23 seconds remaining on that clock. inVision taking the first.
Pretty fun one to watch so far here. I'm excited to see more of these Satan bombs. They have been pretty fun to watch, either ending in Satan dying in a funny way or just finding a ton of frags. So now on the 2nd mid, Sniper is posing to find an opening pick as always. Yurkus going to cross this point. Satan going deep once again. Axio opting for that same positioning. Utka might be in trouble, but no, it's actually going to be a trade up. There goes BB taken out by the sniper. Stan does die to BB just before that though, so no demo for this blue team on this mid.
Yeah, the pick classes from both teams really been running amok. It looks like inVision seemingly coming out on top with their 2-player advantage. Tercio is pretty far forward over this point, but he's got to be careful. Needs to pull those heals forward. He's not got a heavy. He does jump up into the apartment. Drops down onto Karoy. He's on Layla as well. Does a good spattering of damage, and the soldiers are ready to follow up. Just managing to get Karoy for his efforts. inVision so close to this point, and the Uber is out of Feila.
Yeah, Feila used well before inVision here. Now they have basically free reign. Grip did a good job stuffing, and Utka's not going to pursue. They are happy to cap up this point. It's the first cap of the 2nd round. BB taken out by that sniper. Stingham has found 3 with this life so far, and Zeo was just piped down by Joe. I think that was just from downtown. He just found a nice pipe.
Yeah, seemingly so. I think the preservation of the medics has been sort of lack from both teams in this one. Just losing them at inopportune times mean that there's no real sort of needs to force, no need to try and get a sack going, because the medics are just dying constantly. The pick classes are really having a field day here, but Feila going to have to do something with the 3-player advantage that managed to pick themselves up. ASUX going down 2. It could be a good opportunity for them to sort forward.
No, Zeo's in trouble. Satan is behind. Zeo hasn't built up any Uber thus far. Has that saw out, will die into the splash damage off the truck. Good heads up play by Satan, but Zeo is so far a walking respawn timer since that death, and after about 49 seconds, Feila will come back and cap that point. So trying to hold on to it for as long as possible now will be their goal.
Yeah, again, just a really common theme, just the medics not living when they need to, especially when they don't have control of point. It just makes things so much worse, trying to push on disadvantage constantly.
I thought Captica was going to go for a bomb onto the combo there, but instead goes deep, finding one onto the entry there, but in the chaos of the combo fight, Zeo falls once again to a pipe from Joe N, who did in turn die there, but that is a good find by the demo man. Now, losing a couple more combo members is Feila kind of in trouble, even though they're finding these nice frags onto the medic. And Layla is in trouble behind as Yurkis is looking for this last frag. And there it is. Pistol down in the end by Yurkis. 4 out of him. But losing the demo again is inVision.
Yeah, Stan just bombed forward, trying to help with the Layla frag as well, because they know how important these super advantages is. They've only managed to net themselves at 25% off the back of that. What they have got in that melee was the all-important capture time, still ticking down in inVision's favour. They've got 30 seconds on Feila now, and it is still going for them. They're in banana, ready to unleash on anyone on point, but taking a lot of damage on their heavy is certainly going to confuse things.
Look at this positioning from Joe. I don't even know how he got out there, escaping through that drop down. He lives, like, somehow. Satan going deep here, but not finding too much. Has to jump out. Medics currently both alive. 95% for Zeo right now, and the rest of inVision looking to get back onto this point. It's about 2 minutes left for Feila here, but both meds will have Uber. Bomb from Kafka. Can't find too much, though. No
the
reflect out
from
either.
Grip. Doesn't get any damage off whatsoever. The Uber is out in inVision. Same out of Feila. They're just going to try and clean up as many frags as possible, make it as awkward as possible for inVision to retake this. Stan does jump out, but craters some nice chip damage there from BB. Stan manages to get Dick Source, but again, so many numbers down from inVision. They have got the faster spawners, but are they going to be here quick enough to recontest this?
So you're looking for a play onto the NG up top right now. Will find him. Nice job there. And he didn't really hear him coming, it seems. But as these combos regroup, it's going to be about a 10% add for Layla and the rest of Feila.
Yeah, really are going to serve them well. Of course, it's pretty tight. You can imagine these are going to equalize, but the medics haven't really been living long enough for there to be any equal Uber situations thus far. So we'll have to see how things transpire. But Feila quite contented with sitting behind on their own side on that ramp. Just the engineer and sniper in that banana area, ready to ping off anyone that walks onto point. Looks like Stinham wants to take a 1v1 with Karoy though.
Oh, finding that sniper and the engineer, 2 from the pick classes. Now 3 is Stingham, will find Axio, so 3 down for Feila. Almost at Uber, there's Axio finally getting that Uber no one has used yet. Joe may be in trouble. That Engie is just being a nuisance on point, continuing to run around, and it's actually going to be some frags in favor of inVision as a result of that Engie play. And now Utcut chasing with the duration of this Uber. Layla will fall to the heavy, finding 2 there. Was Barthes. Now 3 as he picks up Satan as well, going for a a sacrifice salvation play. Stingham finally taken out by the counter snipe though.
Yeah, that drop down positioning, it's a bit of a sort of demilitarized zone, but if you can get in there when they least expect it and your team's committing with you, it can be really destructive. We saw Barthes just come in good with that, putting in a really solid shift and just wiping out those failed players, making it even more awkward for this repush, but they have got just 20 seconds left.
The spy! Yurkis comes in huge, he's finding 3 onto the combo, will finally get gunned down by the engineer's wrangled gun, but now 5 are dead for Feila. Layla was the first to fall. Barthes and Yurkis are the only casualties for inVision. They continue to hold on to this point with 60 seconds on the clock. Feila did get it fairly low though, down to 21, so they really just need one clean fight here. Kafka is going to bomb in, try to help their scout successfully in that. Now Utka dying. It's 2 down for either side. Here's a repush from Feila. Yeah,
it should be nice and easy for them. Stinghan and Utka down. Those are 2 real threats for inVision. that have been eliminated. The Soldier trying to do his best, but there's so many players on that cap. inVision just going to have to Uber in as quickly as they possibly can. They have got the block off, but they've not converted any frags whatsoever. Grip goes a little bit weak, but gets arrowed near instantly there, so Feila going to be ready for this repush. 5 players down from inVision.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see. inVision kind of just going in a little too early there. So much point presence already from Feila, and now with 10 seconds on the clock, it's looking like they're going to be able to secure this. Here's a big bomb from Satan, looking for the sniper. Can't quite secure the hits with the rocket launcher. 85, now 86 is going to be close. Feila will likely have Uber here during the overtime. This aggression from inVision, they need to get onto the medic. They won't do it in time. 2, 3, 4 fall from the side of inVision. Now Stigma falling as well. It's just 2 or 3 alive. No one touches point. Feila bringing it back, tying this up 1-1 on map number 1.
Yeah, inVision finishing it with the second time Feila did in that first round. A real solid shift out of both teams there. Certainly did a slightly better job of keeping their medics alive, eliminating the sniper threats on both sides. So intriguing to see whether there's going to be a bit of a switch up here, whether they're going to sort of bunker around their medics a little bit more. Plague to Banana, Feila have been really neglecting that so far.
Zio living life dangerously, kind of just walking on stickies right now. Pyro doing a good job getting those away. Stan will fall, first to die here to the sniper. Great opening pick out of Feila eSports as they're going to take that pick and play very aggressively onto the point as it becomes open to Cap. Here's a spy trying to get on point, but gunned down immediately. And a little bit of a bomb from Kafka will find the sniper, but 3 down for inVision. Oh, but Layla falls to the body shot. I believe, or the...
No, she dies to the ball! Of all things! Wow, that's pretty punishing, and it's sort of, I suppose, a little bit RNG because it does such paltry damage, but really solid there out of Utka. Does certainly serve his team well, netting themselves a full Uber advantage to charge straight back onto point.
Yeah, so you got fairly low there, down to about 50 health, and thus they can't really commit to pushing a lot of weak players overall on inVision. Kafka was gunned down by the Wrangler there, but now getting onto point. Snipers looking for the counter snipe as always. A little bit of a bomb from Satan in progress, getting down to that drop down area, jumping out now. 2 actually falling from inVision during the Uber. It's pretty terrible, and Layla will now have about a 25% ad. And Dixos finds 2 more to get up to a 5k there.
Yeah, it manages to slip away on a slither of health, just 4 HP there. The majority of their players are Feila. 6 down from inVision as it stands. Zio 30% behind Layla on those all-important Uber advantages. Feila got to close this out pretty quickly. They have got the time advantage and now the positional advantage as well as the Uber advantage. So should be setting themselves up for a pretty solid hold here behind their own side of point.
Yeah, Axio is also a looming threat behind, maybe looking for the sniper frag right now. You gotta turn around, my guy. Here's the soldier just... Oh, I thought he would be in time, but he wasn't.
Oh.
And a pick class trade there, but definitely in favor of Feila. This sniper from Feila just posting up right on point, essentially, getting ready for Zio, who almost has this Uber charge to work with. 145 in the clock for Feila, so inVision's gonna make something happen here if possible. No, yeah. Stan, stop dying!
Yeah, that's certainly not going to help things. Koroi really does pull it out of the bag in these all-important games. Uber coming out of Feila. Do manage to get past this. It's just going to be... And manages to link up with Tercio eventually.
Stingen somehow is able to find the counter frag onto Layla there. Will die for it, as does Zio actually, as Satan comes in with another big bomb. Has definitely been something to be worried about. These medics just can't stay alive though. Point still in control of Feila with about 60 seconds to go.
Yeah, when you've got this much of a hold on point, you can afford to at least sack 1 player for that medic, and Satan is the perfect man for the job. Managing to pick off Zio at that all-important moment, and that's just helped Feila manage to sort of secure this 1.5 minute advantage as it ticks down. It's really quite convincing as it stands, but Stinghan going down to Koroi, Jerkus getting 1 burst as well. Does mean that inVision are going to get a lot less space.
Oh my lord!
Jesus Christ, Koroi.
And then Layla just got a frag with the crossbow as well. But Kuroi just found, what, 4 or 5, including the med?
Yeah, he got all the space he needed. Yeah, he won the SVS, and then he just went around popping heads, eliminating the combo with inVision near independently, and he gets Zio as well, as there's 25 seconds left on the clock. Utka is under, and inVision, they're just going to have to try and scramble towards this point, but Feila have that full Uber advantage in hand now.
That was really dirty. You kill the med early, you kill the med late. Med can't stay alive on the side of inVision here, and the Uber is popped out by Layla. Going deep is Joe, but he's gone down. Basics have that gun on the roof, and now touching point, doing their best. Stan has to stay alive here, won't in the face of the heavy. Layla in trouble as Tercio just going deep right now, but the point will end up not getting capped. Was that a C9?
It was, I'm not quite sure, but that was potentially a pretty ropey one there. You know, we are seeing a pause right now.
And we are back from the unpause, I believe, so we are ready now for this fourth round. 2-1 is the score in favor of Feila right now. Coming in onto this mid fight, why don't you take it away, Meer?
Yeah, we see Joanne coming in pretty early, pretty hot with these, going into drop down, just trying to get the favourable spam fight off with Stan. It's a pretty slow one out of both teams thus far. Jokers has managed to slip behind, but seemingly identified by Grip right at the start here. Satan looking to cause a bit of a muck underneath, and the soldier from inVision going behind as well, looking to cause a muck. But Zeo goes down really early.
Yeah, Axio just sitting behind there, finding the frags, and now look at the melting inVision combo here. Feila is able to find so many, but actually coming back is Upka, and in combination with a bunch of inVision players, finds the frag onto Layla and 5 others there, so many falling on this mid fight, but Feila looking in control now.
Yeah, seemingly so. Feila just trying to lock out this cap as best they can. There is a little bit of resistance from inVision, but with no heals, they're just going to have to recede there. And Feila again waiting for Layla to provide them with heals so they can just get this first cap over the line. Of course, won't affect spawn times right at the start here, so we'll have to see. But Jerkis is actually trying to cause a bit of a fuss as well.
And a couple of players going down there, 3 actually falling for Feila. Here's a bomb from Kafka. Doesn't find anything really except the respawn timer. A little bit of trouble on the side of Zeo here, and inVision, a lot of spam going that way, but doesn't end up doing anything. Still a bit of an ad right now for inVision. They're playing this point pretty aggressively. Want to just get this Uber out of the way with. Here comes Satan. Goes deep onto the wrong spot. He goes up to Stan instead, who's kind of isolated, not in on this Uber at all. And as this Feila team backs out, Layla barely taking any damage, and has 98% ready to come right back in. I don't know if inVision's even going to cap this one out.
Oh, they really needed to get that cap there. It would be a really huge advantage right at the start. Grip picking up Zeo right at the apex of that. Just Joe and Grip running amok, tearing inVision apart after that bit of a fail Uber from them. They did get the cap, so they've managed to tick down at about 20-25 seconds, but Feila straight on the return, applying the pressure, putting the aggression forward, and not allowing inVision to get comfortable, as they are currently 5 players down.
Yeah, and continuing to just be a nuisance is actually, there goes Utka taken down, but Stingham comes right back and finds the SVS win. So it's, with this 20% ad from Feila right now, it's really up to the pick classes or a roaming soldier to find some space for their team, find that medic frag. Satan is behind right now, as is Axio. Grip will get taken out by Stingham there. And Barthas finds Satan. Looking for a play behind Layla. So weak right now, but staying alive, it seems.
Yeah, Kafka just dropped off, hit 2 really nice rockets, but ultimately not enough to take Layla out. So really close to Ubercharge now are Feila, just 10% away, but trailing just shortly behind. It's going to be inVision, so should equalize soon enough, but Feila needs to be ready to return this aggression. Stan and Barthas going down certainly is going to make things a little bit easier for them, as they're, again, just applying constant pressure to the point. Soldier for inVision does try to bomb forward, try and make a mess, but ultimately he's well spotted.
Stingham has no fear. He's 11 health and just posting up on point right now. Here's a Pyro coming forward. That'll definitely force them back. A couple of friends going in favor of Feila as the Uber is exchanged. And now in trouble is Joe, taken down by Utka. Axio in position to find the medic. Can't quite do it, missing the stab at the Pyro with a heads-up play to turn around. Good job by Tercio. Joanne did just fall. And no demo for this Feila team to try to contest this. But they're doing such a great job anyway. Here comes Satan going deep. Did he just find the medic frag? No, it didn't. Never mind. But it's still going deep, and Zeo has to play careful anyway.
Yes, certainly so. It's an equal Uber advantage, but Feila took down so much. Never mind. Stinghan on top of that container just managed to get that huge pick. We spoke before about the huge sightlines on this map, and Stinghan really is sort of playing them to his advantage, getting Wambert as well. 4 players down for Feila. They are going to try and sort of recuperate themselves, get themselves onto point. They've got a 40-second point advantage as it stands. They're also 1 round up, so just winning this round will mean that they will take the first map in this best of 3.
I do want to mention, because we have maybe a little bit of downtime. I spoke too soon. Here's a very aggressive heavy, but won't find anything. Stingam will take them down. Actually, Stan did go down to that heavy. Never mind. I guess a valuable trade there. Heavy for demo. A couple of frags all around. There's Kuroi will find Kafka. But Wamber earlier on in this round was just randomly on a 6K on NG and finally went down. But maybe doing a little work on that silent Highlander class.
Yes, at least so. We do see the Uber coming out of inVision. They're charging over this point, just denying that cap from Feila for just a little bit longer. But what they have done is preserved a very, very weak Layla on 90% Uber charge. Now, Bath is going down as well as Zio to Groy. Does mean it's going to be a nice, easy closeout for Feila on that cap. And again, they're in a real good closing position here. It's equal time, but ticking down in Feila's favor as it stands. And Grip just demolishes the soldier.
Yeah, I was so excited to see what Kafka would be able to do, but Grip was just saying, no, you can't do that to my medic, not this time. Satan's the only one getting the clean bombs thus far. A little bit of aggression coming from the blue team here, but Stan is immediately gunned down. And here's Kafka going for another play in deep behind. Will go down. A couple of players falling. Kuroi is on a 5K, picks one more up with that sign, and now the collapse is coming forward. All of Feila looking for frags and finding them. Although, yeah, it does look like their medic's gonna live. So Feila with a lot of aggression there, and it pays off.
Yeah, you see this out of them a lot. It's just sort of unrivaled coordination. You don't really see it out of a team like SDCK, and when they just go balls, even if it's the wrong call, they all still go balls, and ultimately they usually come quite good with it, just because, you know, everyone's on the same page there. So really close to sort of closing this one out. 60% Uber charge for Feila, and the cap is trying to go inVision's way as it ticks down now.
Zio in a little bit of trouble. Axio was going for a play, but does get taken down. Good point presence, but here's the soldier jumping forward and getting the frag. Nice job there. We'll find Stan as well. And will go down for it, but that will likely secure this point and this map for Feila eSports. Now popping their Uber out, and there you go. 1-3 on this map from 1. But thanks, if we do have logs up now. Damage will be slightly skewed because of that pause, so you can't.
Look at these numbers. I don't think it will be. Yeah. Look at that, Joe. 495 DPM at 25-18, and the man himself, Satan Team Fortress, going 26-21 on a flank class with 242 DPM. They both put in a really solid shift there.
And we are hearing the sounds of readying up, so we shouldn't be long here. So yes, it's going to be Feila now on the blue team here, have had the team swap sides now into this rollout. Just waiting to see who can really make things happen. Looks like Joe got there slightly earlier, and as this mid starts to unfold. Waiting to see who takes the initiation here, but what are you expecting to see on product?
It's always going to be Feila initiating. You know, Satan's going to love going deep, regardless of how effective it is. And we all know that when he does that, all of his players follow. But it seems to be inVision taking that first one. Kuroi going down really, really early to that soldier. PB manages to go up in conjunction with Grip, stand so far over the point.
Grip just went freaking huge, dude. He walks up with his secondary out and finds 2, including the med, and then spraying those flames, and staying alive too with 9 health at the end, finds some heals from his med, and that is a convincing mid-fight win from Feila early on in map number 2.
I completely agree, Godfather. They should remove the detonator. Excellent. I'm glad you brought that up. But yes, a pretty decisive first mid there from Feila. Did seem like inVision had a good peg on them at the start there, but Stan just going down nice and early there to Satan's bomb did not make things very easy for them. So they're going to try a repush here.
Sting just walked through connector, posted up, and got deleted. And now the rest of his team is falling as Joe will find the medic again. The Uber's popped out. Grip dueling that heavy. Now the scout wanting to have a take at it, but attention turns to the Pyro, taking them out. Down goes Terzio and Barthas as well. And Feila losing their demo. It seems that Feila loses Joe and then kills 5. And then that's their team fight, and it just works. If you can lose your demo for 5 frags, it doesn't matter. Like, as soon as there's even... Oh my god, Grip just completely deleted Kafka there. But yeah, as soon as like there's a single tickle on point from inVision,
you just see Feila completely unhinged. Joe goes forward, Sen goes forward, BB goes forward, and they always seem to keep Layla alive in the fray of it all. So really solid from them, and we're seeing it again. They're all up on the enemy cliff. Joe so far forward again, and manages to get Zio on his own. He can't get away with it.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot let that happen. And have we mentioned right now, BB on scout with a 7k, getting a good number of heals, but also just going on tears left and right. Hero will find an early frag, and now looking for the soldier. Can't hit him in the air. That's fine, though. A little bit of a scuffle on point. Uber's popped out by Feila, trying to chase forward now. So far successful finding Stingham, and Kafka and Tercio also falling. BB getting another there to round out the 9k overall. Kuroi trades out for Utka in the end, and Feila continue to hold on to this cap. 1 minute left for them.
Again, just a complete disassembly from Feila onto inVision. BB just takes it forward, always manages to keep Layla alive, and just runs and might manage to pick up a 5 frags with his team. And inVision do have something to say about it, but they're taking so much damage on a huge bomb there.
Satan, oh my lord, once again he just comes out of nowhere, and down goes Zio as well as Stan. That is inexcusable, really, for a Prem team in playoffs to let happen to your bed, especially after winning that fight, essentially, and having that cap back in their favor. It's 41 seconds for Feila, 250 and counting down for inVision. Joe will find that spy, catch him out. Uber ad cleanly in favor of Layla.
Yeah, it's going to be so easy for Feila to close this out. They have so many opportunities to go forward, and they've got good damage as well. Satan and Kuroi, not the healthiest on the side Feila, however, but they are just trying to edge that cap, trying to tickle over Layla so close to the super, so I can imagine we'll be seeing it go soon enough. Joe and BB charge straight forward here. Barth is going straight down. Stan sort of causing a bit of a ruckus. Joe, ooh, and he doesn't break her.
Yeah, he gets up onto that fence, drops down, finds the pack. Now still in trouble though, as that sniper's posting up, just looking right at him. Think we'll find that frag, body shot to secure the demo kill. 3 down for Feila. And about 30 seconds for them. Here comes a bit of aggression here from inVision. Losing their med though. Wait, Axio immediately finds med. Layla does die now to Yurkes. So Spy's doing some work. It's only 4 alive from either side. Now 3 for inVision. Kuroi in a bit of trouble, but staying alive. And that's still a point in favor of inVision, but a pretty clean win in the team fight for Feila.
Yeah, of course, inVision in securing that cap do slow down their cap times, but Utka managed to delay them independently for about 10 seconds there. Barthis has managed to roll out there as well, and he's causing a little bit of a ruckus, but he's going to get shut down pretty quickly, as is the soldier for inVision. Just 2 sort of individual plays that just don't come good this time around.
Yeah, certainly working in favor of Feila though right now, as 4 just fall immediately. And Engineer having a tough time getting set up as well for inVision. It's 10 seconds on the clock, and Uber ad in favor of Feila. They do lose their demo early. We've seen that happen, but oh, a couple of frags, but no touch.
It looked like Jerkus wanted to get in on Layla. Layla strafed, so he thought, okay, I'll go for Kuroi. He goes to stab Kuroi, gets flamed, and the Sting Hand just hits the headshot instead. So a bit of a waste there, unfortunately not able to get onto the point. Feila managing to get that round pretty cleanly there, although a little ropey at the end. So I'll have to see if there's a bit of a rethink on the second round from inVision. Stand up on the quickies is a sign of that, I think.
Yeah, trying to make something work here. Early aggression though, and that sniper, a looming threat. Kuroi getting fairly weak, he took a body shot, but staying alive. Has to rotate around. No frags quite yet. Actually trying to get behind. Here's a little bit of aggression from Captain, but he strays around immediately. Satan's also trying to make something happen. Joe will find Stingham. There you go, but just a lot of frags going in favor of Feila. They do lose a few of their own there. They have to be careful now. Attention on Stan will go down. Nice job from the combo of Feila to secure that frag. Zio with 90% right now, building slightly faster, but now no one to build with. Has to back out to spawn. It'll be about even for this push, but Zio and inVision could take this pretty aggressively if they wanted.
Yeah, certainly so, but you see Feila, even when they convert these frags and lose many of their own, they're always maintaining that point. They're always ready for the post fight, and that's why they're so successful on these maps. Grip does get picked off by Stinghand right at the start of that fight there, and BB as well, but so it's just going to be a solo over on Joe. It's going to be a little bit of a trade here. Stan takes the majority of it for inVision, but again, there's nobody there ready to receive, nobody to damage, but inVision just trying to toggle that point over the line. Utka slips away on a slither of health, and they do actually manage to slip that cap away.
Yeah, I'm seeing Satan standing on the flank for like 5-10 seconds with 15 health and finds 4 frags overall with his life. Cap going back in favor of Feila, and that is almost a full team wipe. And yeah, Feila looking pretty darn clean right now.
It's just the way they can flip-flop. They can all go forward and then all instantly be straight back out without losing any unnecessary players. And, you know, just working for them really solidly here in the second round of this one here.
For sure, Kafka will find that spy, so slightly less threat for your sniper. But Satan looks like he wants to go in, jumps right back out, but a deep bomb from Kafka here doesn't find much of anything. BB and Grip combined for that. Satan finding one of his own. The Uber is popped out by Feila. Troy dying to Stingen. He's finding some good sniper picks, but can't stay alive long enough to really go on a tear.
Yeah, every single Uber coming out of Feila seems to be really successful, but the difference is that one that they didn't get Zio. Zio was so far back, it seemed like inVision just wanted to get that force out, and it did work pretty well from them, but they are staring down the barrel at a sort of 1.5 minute disadvantage, and they're already 1 round down, so they've got to have a bit of a rethink. The Uber is up now, and Stan is charging forward with Utka, but Grip completely denies it straight at the start.
Yeah, this Uber about to fade on the side of inVision as well. Zio in trouble. Oh, the body shot doesn't get enough damage to get the kill. Good sandwich by Dick Sauce to, or excuse me, by Barthes to keep their meta alive, but it doesn't end up mattering as Axio comes from behind and picks up Zio. That will be med down for inVision.
Yeah, inVision have a lot of time to tick down at this point. They have got Stingan on this rock, so he's going to try and cause a little bit of a ruckus for Feila as they take this cliff area. Wambert setting up his gun in the typical spot as one would expect. He gets Dick Sauce, that's a really good entry. That's a lot of point pressure down for Feila.
Here's the Uber from Feila trying to get forward. Arjo and BB can't quite find too much right now, and Zio's all the way out to the basic cliff, so will retain their life unless catastrophe strikes. Here's a bit of a bomb though. Layla somehow lives through 2 rockets and they're dodging right now. Oh, no. It's not going to be enough though. Kafka
manages to reload 3.
Yeah.
Not ideal. So inVision managed to net themselves Layla a 50% Uber advantage and that all-important cap. They've got 1 minute behind Feila as it stands. Asox going down to Karoi. Gonna model things at a huge sync bomb from Satan, unfortunately not coming good. Zio slipping away on 30 HP. They're ready for the refight as Feila's spawners are now up.
PB getting juggled up into the sky and dying there to Utka on the 3K. Joe finding one onto Stan. Very weak though with 26 health down to another. Oh my lord, Joe's health is just
oh my god.
like up and down, up and down. Will stay alive, but down goes Dick Sauce, so down they're heavy. Stan dying on the other side of things. A couple of frags going in favor of inVision though. It's 48 seconds on the clock for Feila. And there down goes Medic. Axio finding the stab once again. So Layla with this ad.
Yeah, Zio going down is really good recovery there from Axio. Nets himself and his team a 75% Uber advantage, and they've got all those players as well. They've got the heals, and they can just take this point again really comfortably. But inVision doing a pretty good job of taking down the time in their favor as well, but they need a really solid repush as Feila definitely have the momentum in hand. Barth is going down, certainly not going to help matters.
No, not at all. Looking at these snipers, someone's got to make something happen here. It's full Uber for Feila, as you just mentioned. Grip finding one onto the entry. Not really too crucial of a pick overall, as you know. But here is a bit of aggression from inVision, trying to get across point. Sub 30 seconds before Feila. Kafka is going to go behind, get up onto China and Japan area. Satan going deep though. The Uber's out. Zio goes down to that Satan bomb. Beautiful work. And that'll mean Layla will have another ad to work with. 10 seconds left on the clock though, so likely won't get to that point. Need to see some aggression from inVision, but right now they're just scattered across the map. This Pyro and Demo, Pyro and Engie looks like trying to get forward, but they're not going to be able to. A lot of frags in favor of Feila, and that will be round number 2. Going up, Feila is at match point right now.
Yeah, they've piled forward a lot of aggression here, and they've managed to sort of execute a very similar game plan to what they had on Warmtic, but it's just worked so stellarly that just you can tell that the level of communication is just really coming good for them. Just time and time again, they're just getting all the frags they need to on inVision, and Stan are getting really quick with these quickies.
Oh, he almost goes down though. Those flames, very dangerous. Jory will find the first frag onto the opposing heavy. BB jumping around, as is Axio, but both going to likely die here. BB definitely falling, but I believe Axio is able to get out. A couple of weak players overall, but 3, now 4 down for inVision. This is just a dissection from Feila. take out so many players there. Zeo does stay alive, and Layla actually goes down on the side of Feila. So perhaps a little bit of a turnaround from inVision.
Yeah, a much more convincing mid put out there. Feila ultimately managing to cap it for themselves there as well. But they have got the spawners and they are ready to recontest Satan and Joe down for Feila. It does mean that this should be pretty clean for them, but they just want to shut down Vartis as soon as they possibly can. Dixel's on the offensive as well, does get the force out of inVision, and Layla going down as well with a huge solo over onto Utka.
Yeah, that was a nice job by inVision to try to stay in this one. Keep that point in their hands as long as possible here. People just trying to chase down the last couple of frags, but things will settle down once again. It's going to be about 20-25% ad for inVision.
Yeah, it should serve them pretty well. They have got the point in hand as well. Stan's just trying to cause any sort of discomfort they can in Feila. And they're playing really passive here because they know that somebody wants to get in on their medic, and the answer to that is Axio managed to pick off Zeo, the Name brothers, and again Feila managing to push that over the line.
Absolutely, this spy has been such a nuisance. Utka will finally chase them down, finding their 6th frag, but I believe Axio found 4 and a life for a spy. That is nothing to scoff at here. A6 gets a bit too aggressive. Joe able to pipe them down in the face, but here's a bomb from Kafka, and the demo goes down, but or doesn't go down actually. Kiroi went down instead. Demo and Med both going to live, and now Layla with 100%. Clock time even right now. inVision trying to get back onto it, but don't have this Uber, and the point remains in favor of Feila.
And we do see the Uber coming straight out.
Yeah, Joe struggles a bit in the air, but that's fine. Finds Stan for his 4th kill of life. Satan will get that opposing soldier, but no kill onto the med. Maybe you gotta rely on Axio, who just found A6. A lot of A names, a lot of very similar names here. Here comes Axio, looking for Zeo, misses the first stab. Now the gun is out, trying to find the frag. Very good distraction play. The Pyro is in, the Uber is forced. Nice combination play, and Stan finding Axio, now also getting grip. The Quickie Bomb launcher you mentioned, maybe putting in a little work here.
Yeah, Layla going down there to Utka does make things a little more awkward for Feila. They do have the slightly faster spawns because they have the cap disadvantage, but as it stands ticking down in inVision's favour, they've got themselves a 50% Uber advantage as well, and they just need to reconcile, get themselves together and put a solid hold together, because Feila's been doing a really stellar job of baiting out these Ubers so far.
Absolutely, and sub 130 on the clock here inVision. Really need to take this aggressively, and so far they are. The heavy picks off the demo. Joe down once again, but now trades out. It's 3 down for both sides. Now 4. Dixos taken out by Kafka, and such aggression from the side of inVision. Layla falling there. inVision will take this point right back. It's a little bit more even now.
Yeah, that was a bit of squeaky bum time there. Zia was so far forward, only with Stan on sort of 90%, but Feila seemingly unable to identify that and don't go in for it, because that would have put them in a closing position, not only for this round, but for this second map, and indeed secure themselves a place in the grand finals. But they can have plenty more cracks at the egg, as they have an 80% Uber advantage in Vision right now, just waiting for Feila to make their first move.
Axio might be that move, getting ready for a play as usual. Might be onto the heavy this time. Barthas is searching around, trying to find that spy. So far unsuccessful, but Layla is gunned down by sting a nice body shot there, I believe it was, to pick off the med. Axio looking for something decloaks onto Barthas, but will go down. So inVision really showing that they're still in this one. Want to take it to the map 3.
Yeah, seemingly so. They have got that full Uber advantage, but they don't even need to use it, picking off so many frags onto the combo of Feila. A seemingly unsuccessful sack wave on their part. So 30 seconds left on the clock. inVision definitely in a closing position for this round here. Full Uber advantage, 25 seconds left, and some pretty healthy players.
For sure, Utka finds another frag there, taking out the spy, who's been such a nuisance, I've already mentioned. Might see an opportunity for an Uber here from inVision. They will go in. Utka and Stingo finding so many right now, as Layla will die once again. Leave to some hit scan there. Dixos and Axio, the only ones staying alive right now, but now it's just Axio, and he won't be there in time to touch. So inVision finally going to take another round and make this a 2-1 game, trying to stay in it.
Still some fight in the old dogs of inVision. They managed to pick up their round, stunt Feila's sort of momentum that they managed to pick up in the first 2 rounds of this one, and it could be a sign of things to come. And of course, we'll need to win 2 more rounds consecutively if they want a crack at that best of 3 and a chance to get to grand finals.
For sure, but now in on this next mid, a bomb from Satan doesn't really get the positioning he wants, so he rotates around. Now these scouts trying to test point. Kafka does go behind, but Cho combines for a couple of frags there, and Zio immediately destroyed there, only trading out for 2 so far. Stingam is so aggressive. Satan will go down to the Angie, but Angie's surely dying as well. That was just barely not a full team wipe at the same time, but essentially 9 down for inVision.
Yeah, really common theme I'm seeing here is that Satan and Kafka are going for some really similar bombs, but Satan's just becoming a lot more successful with them. I think he's coordinating with his team just a little bit better, and he's getting some distraction, he's getting some aggression, he's getting players to come with him, whereas Kafka's trying to be a little bit of a one-man army, and he's just getting spotted out way too early here. They could definitely be maximizing him a little bit more here, but Feila have a bit of a stronghold on this point, and as I was talking about it,
oh my
Kafka
lord,
just bombs into Grip, gets insta-reflect killed, and Feila again, they're going to look to go for another aggressive push.
For sure, I do love those pyro plays though. Layla kind of just abandoning their pocket. Grip now is so deep.
Oh, he doesn't spot Zio, and Zio manages to slip out.
Oh,
Zio
tragic.
just stood behind Grip the whole time, so weak, it could have been so simple, but Zio now a full Uber advantage stand so far over the point with Bar Pit, and they are going to want to use this out near instantly, but it seems like they might not even need to with pick onto Dixos.
Yeah, that's a nice find there as well, taking down yet another player, and as you just mentioned, full Uber maintained now by inVision, trying to even this one up, definitely making it a little bit more interesting to watch. So I appreciate that from them. Looking for a 1v3. Can you secure at least a frag here? Doesn't look like it, as BB will end up chasing them down. Stands fine. Finds his 4th with the Quickie Bomb launcher. Perhaps it's the Quickie Bomb theory that's working. Here's the Uber, though, from inVision getting forward. Layla's at 90%, and Stan is chasing deep. Stan is chasing deep.
He gets it. Beautiful.
That's 5 from Stan. Taking down that medic and then sacrificing his own life. Beautiful, beautiful play. That's one for the highlight vid.
He knew as soon as sort of Zio got forced there that he had to go in and try and get Layla's Uber gone, and it's so important when you've got this Uber, when you've got point control, sorry, you really don't want Feila to have Uber advantage in hand, and yeah, really stellar job there. It's pretty even on the tables right now, but Feila definitely in the driving seat when it comes to aggressing onto this point to cap.
Satan going on to that concrete area. He'll find one, looking for another. Misses it though, now in trouble if Utka can go back in, but looking back at the combo, it's only BB dying from the blue team, and 3 go down from inVision, including that sniper, so Groy has an opportunity once again for a nice clean sightline. Looking at this scout, hits the body shot, but it's not enough. Uber spots out by inVision, trying to take enough space to secure this point. There's a bomb from Kafka onto Dixos, can't quite get him. In fact, losing that fight really, eventually going down to him. This pressure onto point, still maintained though by inVision. It looks like they'll be able to cap this one out.
Yeah, it looks like they will just push this over the line. They pump the heals into Utka and he frags out. He's been such a menace. I'd say he is sort of one of the sole reasons inVision have been able to put up this much of a fight thus far. He's just rolling over the flanks so consistently off of a real shoestring quite a lot, but Feila gonna cap this point eventually.
Kafka just jumping around, sticking behind Layla down below 50 health. Has to be careful now. Dixos looking to throw a sandwich and will, but not needed as Layla finds the pack instead. Didn't see how Zio died there, but it will be about 50% ad for Layla.
Yeah, that's going to serve them well. If they win this round, of course, Feila will go straight through to the grand finals against SDCK. So just a bit of a melee. Utka down, a real sort of tearing force. And the bomb comes in. Oh, gets walled off onto Layla, but not enough. She picks up the pack. 4 players down from inVision. It's one last sort of grasp attempt with the Uber advantage for Feila. And they don't even manage to get the kill onto Layla they all wanted.
Yeah, they have a little bit more time for another touch here. Zio heads back all the way out to spawn. Axio is in a position there, but things are stabilizing just a bit. Satan picked off by the spy. Yurkes is going to rotate around, narrowly avoiding some spam from the explosive classes. Joe working his way forward. Here's the last fight here. The Uber has popped out. Point presence is established by inVision. They have plenty of time to work with even as this gets into overtime, but a lot of frags going their way means they might be able to cap this one back, saving that good job there. And it didn't get to overtime on my screen. It's just at 0 and not in overtime. Fun little thing that happens sometimes. Feila down to 15 health, but living, it's tough to spawn.
Yeah, a real melee going on. BB managing to pick up Stan. Two players really far forward from inVision. Of course, with that cap pressure, do fall victim to the slightly longer spawn wave. Stingham manages to pick up a grip. It's going to make things a little more complicated for Feila, but they have got a whole minute to play with here and a 40% Uber advantage.
Absolutely, and they're going to have that Wrangled level 1 trying to lay down some cover fire. So far, not finding too much with it. It's going to get taken down instead, I believe. But they do actually end up finding 2 there. Axio finds the sniper, though. Gets gunned down for it. 4 for 1 is not what Feila needs there. 45 seconds on the clock.
Oh, the damage.
Things are kind of collapsing here. inVision just rushing forward. They're going to pick up a couple more frags.
Wow, that was a really convincing wipe there. Jerkers and Utka putting in a solid shift there for inVision. And 30 seconds left on the clock. Feila will have Uber for this, and it's getting pretty tight with inVision as well. They've got to really anticipate this, but they are missing both Tercio and Jerkers for this potential push, and Feila charge straight forward.
Satan needs to secure this man frag early. He's so close to the Uber. Oh, but the dispenser, he's going to get it in time, and they're popping back, but no one touches, and that's going to be 3-1 for Feila. They go on to grand finals with that cap. That is, that's kind of crazy for an ending.
That was a pretty nail-biting one, and that does, of course, mean that Feila are going to progress through to the grand finals. Joe wants another crack at that first place medal, trying to knock SDCK off of their really quite dominant throne that we've seen over the past few years, and inVision take home their 3rd place, but can be sort of rest assured that they put in a really solid shift there against a strong Feila roster.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at logs here, though. First thing I'm noticing is Joe with 519 damage per minute. That is absolutely amazing. But Utka top frags 45.
Wow,
11 and
that's
14.
a huge margin.
Yeah, 438 damage per minute on Scout. Nothing to scoff at all.
So off the back of that, then inVision take the 3rd place spot off the back of this semi-finals. Feila will take their W. They will go through to the grand finals and hope to sort of knock DK off that top spot as we touched on. Also, remember to check us out on Twitter at CritsCast. We are partnered on Discord as well. You can catch us over at discord.com/CritsCast. Check out our YouTube for all of these VODs. We're live on Twitch all the time. We've got some Highlander action coming up still. We've got the grand finals to look forward to, Godfather. Remember to check out our Patreon. We've got merch. You can cloth yourself with some CritsCast swagger. And I thank you all for watching.
Hi-oh, beaver! Away!